Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Dodge Charger with the Hemi Orange package. Before we get in this video though, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram here in Spanish Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So powering this is, well, not actually a Hemi. It's a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 300 horsepower and then about 260 pound-feet of torque. And I always got to show the last call plaque now whenever I review a 2023 of anything so that people believe that it's actually 2023. There you go. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see the venting there in the center. And then, of course, we got our Hemi orange stripe off to the side, which looks really cool. And then coming down below, we got the C-shaped daytime running light. And then you guys can see with the Dodge logo there. And then look at how, like, aggressive this front end is. You can see with the fog light action there at the bottom. And then look at, like, the front splitter as well. And putting it all together with the metallic gray and the Hemi orange accent, I think it looks so cool. So coming around the side here, tire wheel setup is 245, 45, 20 in the front and over in the rear as well. You guys can see with the wheel design and the coloration, I think it looks really cool. We got the orange brake caliper, and yes, this does have Brembo brakes. It does not have a V8 Hemi, but it does have Brembo brakes. Anyways, taking a look at the side view here, you guys can see the signature C shape there that the Charger is known for, and man, I think this thing looks good. And then here is the key fob. We've got our unlock function, our lock function, our remote start, and then the opening here for the trunk, as well as the Dodge logo there on the back, and we'll press that a couple times. So popping into the trunk area, you guys can see we've got a decent amount of cargo space here in the back, and that's one of the big benefits of the Charger, is it's very practical with the storage. And then when you're all done, just plop, and then you guys can see the spoiler here, and yes, the stripe is on the back. It's also on the roof as well. It goes all over. And then we've got the signature light bar here on the back, and then got our GT badge because it's built off of a Charger GT package. And then look at the exhaust tips here at the bottom. Putting it all together, really aggressive looking car. I mean, this literally looks identical to what like the SRT Charger used to look like. Now, taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see the stitching that goes across and then down as well. And then look down below. Really cool design overall. And then here are the seats, again, more of that orange stitching, as you can see all throughout. And then you got like the Alcantara inserts there in the center. Legroom here in the back is really good. You got a little storage pocket. We got some vents here in the center and some USBs as well. And then headroom back here is also good. And I almost forgot, cup holder armrest. It's got one. Now, taking a look at the front door panel here, you guys can see the stitching that goes all over, again in Hemi orange. Got all of our window controls here. Front two are automatic. Got your mirror adjustments, memory seat function, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat. You guys can see again with the Alcantara insert there, and then look at like the Hemi orange stitching. Got your power adjustments here on the side, and then look at the pedals. Those are fancy looking. And then we have our light controls right here, and you can see with the opening for the trunk. Steering wheel's power adjustable, and then again, Hemi orange, it's all over. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel itself, really nice trim all around. Notice that's like perforated on the sides and get a slightly better grip. Paddle shifters there on the back with our radio controls. We do have a regular cruise control as well as adaptive cruise control. Controls for the center stack, voice command, phone controls as well. And then you guys can see the little stock there. Now here's the center gauge cluster, mostly analog. We do have a screen there in the center though that we can use to scroll through some menus. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Someone's had fun in this V6 Charger, but you guys get the point with the gauge cluster. Now you guys can see in reverse, we do have trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Now as for the rest of the infotainment system, you guys can see we've got our dual zone climate controls. We also have heated and ventilated seats as well as a heated steering wheel. And it does take a second for some of the pages to load up, but overall, response time is pretty solid. And then if we pop into performance control, this is where you've got your drive mode set up, so you can do launch control, you got your sport mode, all that fun jazz. Analog controls for the radio on the climate system down below, and then you guys can see the 12 volt there off to the side, and then we have our shifter for the 8-speed automatic, and then notice Dodge Brothers right there. Got some cup holder action right here, pretty nice. And then the center console, which has some more charging ports. And again, I like this orange. I think it looks cool. It says Charger right there. And then you got the glove box, pretty standard setup. So how much does this Hemi Orange without a Hemi cost? Well, first off, base MSRP, you guys can see, $35,345. Now this has the Plus group, which is $4,000. You got the tech package as well. The Hemi Orange package is $3,000 almost. $45,000 is the total MSRP on this one. This one is rear-wheel drive, for those of you that are wondering. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear, and well, let's hope this isn't a dead end over here. If it is, then I guess I'll just cut this clip out and we'll restart. But I think I can get out. Yeah, maybe. No. Yes. Yes. We are survivors. We have officially made it out of the car maze. Okay, so we are officially setting off in the Hemi Orange, not Hemi Charger. Sorry, I just think it's so funny that like they would call a car, like I get it that it's the orange color that's called Hemi Orange, but like come on Dodge, come on, at least put a V8 under the hood as standard. Anyways, I mean it's a Charger, it drives really well. So this has more aggressive seats, and so the bolstering on them is pretty it's like, I think it's really cool because it kind of like holds you in place really well. And then, you know, it's super comfortable. Like the ride quality is really smooth. The Charger really is, frankly, just a good like GT car, right? It has GT in the name with this one. But yeah, it's comfortable and pretty quiet. I mean, just like as a cruising car, it's one of the best cruising cars out there. That is for sure. Okay, so getting up and moving again. Transmission's really like snappy. I think a lot of people are going to miss this car because of how well this drives. There's not like any other cars that really drive like this nowadays, because everything else, this is going to sound really bad, everything else is kind of more like tin canny in a sense. What I mean by that is like they don't have like, this has like such a substantial feel, and I think a big part of that is because this is built off of an old Mercedes-Benz platform. I think that that platform just like it's heavy, right? It's definitely heavy. I mean, it's a big car, but it makes it drive really well because of the size. And so that'll get me to summing things up here with the Hemi Orange edition, and I guess we'll be able to race someone probably not up to 108 miles an hour like this car has. Just look how quick the transmission is. It's very snappy. I think this car looks really cool. I think it has a really nice interior. I think it's hilarious that this has Hemi in the name and it has a V6 under the hood. But I mean, like, I'm sure someone's gonna buy this car and absolutely love it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that want a car that looks as cool as this looks, and they want something that's economical, and that's what this provides. Because like, instead of getting bad gas mileage because you got a V8, this gets really good gas mileage because you have a V6. So if you're looking for what I will call the all show and no go package, that's what I've dubbed these cars that look really cool and, you know, have the base powertrains, that's what this is. That's definitely what this is. But let me know what you guys think about this Hemi Orange Charger.